This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure that you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for August 4th, 2023. A quick note, Tom Corliss is out of town, obviously. He's on a Disney cruise in Alaska, so hopefully he's having a good time, and we'll try to hold down the fort for him and give you the news. Well, Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort are updating how guests can book dining reservations via their website and apps. With the update, guests will be able to see all reservation slots available to them for their selected dining location and time frame. Currently, as many of you probably know, only a few available reservation slots are shown to the guests. Reservation slots will also be sorted by meal period, so guests can view which menu is being served at their preferred dining time. The update will be rolled out to the Disneyland website, Disneyland app, Walt Disney World website, and My Disney Experience app in phases in the coming days. In a letter to the editor at the Orlando Sentinel, Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board Chairman Martin Garcia has said that Disney still holds too much sway in the district. The letter reads, "Last week, the new board of the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District proposed providing economic relief to residents by cutting property tax rates, an action that would have been possible because of the elimination of government waste and abuse. The following day, however, the city councils of Bay Lake and Lake Buena Vista surprisingly voted to raise property tax rates in order to continue paying the bills for security services used by Disney. The CFTOD board remains convinced that a multi-billion-dollar corporation is more than able to cover this cost. This peculiar, though not wholly unexpected development makes it that much more apparent why the new CFTOD board is essential as an independent and honest broker. Until the new board was appointed, Disney enjoyed undue influence over many businesses in the district. It further unduly influences city council members who rent their homes from Disney. The CFTOD board recognizes that it's up against a corporate behemoth, but it will not be deterred from serving as a champion for all constituents in the district by finally bringing independence, fairness, and transparency to the district." Well, every time you think the story of between these two is going to fade away, it comes back. And now we also have a group of Republican lawmakers speaking out against Ron DeSantis regarding free speech. Stay tuned. It looks like this one is far from over. In other news related to the district, District Administrator Glenn Gilzine announced the abolition of all diversity, equity, and inclusion programs which were created by the Reedy Creek Improvement District. Gilzine called the programs illegal and simply un-American. All DEI job duties will be eliminated, and district staff will not be allowed to pursue any DEI initiatives, supposedly saving millions of dollars. Gilzine stated that the programs discriminated against Americans based on gender and race and cost taxpayers millions of dollars through contracts that were awarded. Gilzine went on to say, through the program, the Reedy Creek Improvement District instituted gender and racial quotas to ensure that contractors met a certain threshold of diversity. In order to meet these quotas, it is estimated that the district had to pay millions of dollars more in order to find businesses who could comply with these standards. Curtains are up by the endless hallway of Magic Kingdom's Haunted Mansion as work begins for the installation of the Hatbox Ghost. Disney announced a few days ago, of course, that the Hatbox Ghost would be located in the endless hallway near the beginning of the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom. A different location, of course, than the one at Disneyland, where he is in the attic right after the bride. And it's been kind of a controversial choice. Disney also said temporary barriers would be visible soon. And, well, now the black curtains are up next to the start of the endless hallway. The lights in this section of the ride seem like they have been turned down even more. It's very dark, so the curtains are less noticeable to guests. And yes, it is much harder to get photographs of this area. The Donald Duck chair has been removed, or is it maybe blocked from view by those curtains. Reports indicate that it has been removed, though. It seems the Hatbox Ghost will go where the chair is, although the chair could remain next to the ghost or go to another location within the mansion. The Haunted Mansion will be closed for refurbishment from August 7th through August 9th, a few days before Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party begins on August 11th. The Hatbox Ghost is not expected to be installed during this closure. I guess we'll see. The work will continue on preparing the area for his arrival. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT and their team will design your next magical vacation. From Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. They are also able to book unforgettable VIP tours where you and your group can experience the ultimate park day. The best part is that their concierge services are 100% free. So book today. Well, it's the end of August and it's 90 degrees out, which can only mean one thing. It's time for Halloween, kids. Or at least maybe it's time for fiscal Halloween as we celebrate here in Central Florida. We're a week away from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and Magic Kingdom is nearly ready for fall. Halloween scarecrows, jack-o'-lanterns, and bunting now adorn Main Street, USA. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party signs and fall wreaths have now also been added. Upon arrival to the Magic Kingdom, guests will see a sign and a planter across from the monorail entrances at the Transportation Ticket Center with some Halloween decor. Right outside the park entrance, a pair of jack-o'-lanterns appear on top of themed crates. Once inside the park, you can find new jack-o'-lanterns, Main Street-themed scarecrows, and more, including wreaths, banners, flowers, and crates. Of course, those scarecrows are dressed like Main Street characters, adding to that overall theme. But that's not all, because you knew there would be tons of new Halloween merchandise. We spotted some glow-in-the-dark items and Hocus Pocus merchandise, but there is so much more that arrived on Tuesday. We found most of these items at the Emporium in the Magic Kingdom and World of Disney in Disney Springs. You can check out our site for full stories about the new Plush, Spirit jerseys, those are for humans and for pets, candy buckets, pillows, blankets, clothing, and so much more. We have it all in our article. There is also now a section of World of Disney at Disney Springs dedicated to the Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise. Although much of this merchandise was released last year, the collection includes a Magic Band Plus, apparel, home decor, and more. Also, there's a collection of Haunted Mansion merchandise directly inspired by the new film. It's crept its way into Walt Disney World. It includes mugs, t-shirts, keychains, hats, and a limited release pin. Most of this merchandise can be found at Memento Mori outside the Haunted Mansion. The pin, though, was found at Pin Traders in Disney Springs. And if you want to get an even better look at all this stuff, you can just tune in to Boxed In tomorrow night on our sister channel, WDWNT.tv, to see the merch up close live from my kitchen. The Tree of Life Awakenings reportedly is going to resume at Disney's Animal Kingdom this fall once daylight savings time ends. Didn't we get rid of daylight savings? I thought I heard that last year. I don't know. The projection show, which was paused back in March of this year due to time change and the park closing before dark, is reportedly returning in early November after daylight saving time ends. For this year, the time change will end on November 5th. So I guess we can shoot for around that time. Last year, the Tree of Life Awakenings ended in April and did not return until October 1st. Walt Disney World has yet to announce this return publicly or update their website with the nighttime offering. In the meantime, you can watch our video of Avatar: The Way of Water, Tree of Life Awakening right here on our channel. Disney's Animal Kingdom is celebrating the birth of a baby mandrill monkey named Saffron at Kilimanjaro Safaris. On July 24th was the birth date. Baby Saffron weighs less than 3 pounds and could almost fit in the palm of your hands. Despite Saffron's small size, mandrills are the world's largest species of monkeys. Dr. Mark Penning, VP of Disney Parks, Animals Science and Environment Division, wrote on Disney Parks blog that Saffron is currently sticking to her mom, Hazel, and nursing in the treetops of their habitat. Mandrill mothers assume most parental responsibility. Saffron is a sister, of course, to Ivy, who was born 2 years ago. By the way, Rafiki from The Lion King's a mandrill. That might help you figure out what a mandrill looks like. They have colorful blue, red, and pink faces and yellow manes. According to Penning, each mandrill's coloration and pattern is unique. No two strands of hair are the same. Saffron will develop her unique coloration as she fully matures, which takes 3 to 4 years. A new updated Elsa Fantasmic costume has debuted at Disney's Hollywood Studios in the Nighttime Spectacular. The update is specifically for Elsa's transformational costume, where she switches from her traveling outfit to her 5th spirit dress in the middle of the Frozen 2 segment of the show. The traveling outfit has actually been replaced with something resembling her iconic ice dress in Frozen. The skirt isn't as long as the ice dress, but she has the same sparkling corset and long white sleeves. It's accompanied by the blue leggings from her traveling outfit. The whole look is less bulky and more clearly Elsa. When Elsa transforms, she has another new dress. It still looks like her fifth spirit dress from Frozen 2, but with an updated design to improve the transformation. The Disney Gallery at Disneyland is now displaying the Madame Leota costume worn by Jamie Lee Curtis in Haunted Mansion, as well as the medium's crystal ball and concept art for the film. Though Madame Leota is most known for being a floating head inside a crystal ball, well, she does appear briefly in her mortal state in the film. She wears an elaborate red robe with gem-encrusted trim and a large circular headdress. The dress is embroidered with white beads and flower designs. The headdress is also embroidered and has strings of beads hanging from it, while fringe dangles across the forehead. The costume is on display in front of a purple Haunted Mansion wallpaper backdrop. Her, of course, headless crystal ball is right there next to her with a metal stand. It's in that case. There's also some concept art nearby for the film with descriptions of each scene. Disneyland Resort has announced the dates and details for their 2023 Christmas and winter holiday festivities, including Viva Navidad and Festival of Holidays. The holiday season will officially begin on November 10th, 2023 and last through January 7th, 2024. Disney Festival of Holidays is inspired by Christmas, Navidad, Diwali, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and Three Kings Day traditions, featuring diverse food and live entertainment. There will be new and returning food and beverage items at the festival holiday marketplaces, Palisades Stage, Sonoma Terrace, and for the first time, the Hollywood Backlot will host music and dance performances. Disney and Pixar characters will march with holiday toy drummers in Mickey's Happy Holidays. Disney Viva Navidad will return to Paradise Gardens Park and Disney California Adventure for its 10th season. This year, Paradise Garden Grill will have an all-new menu for the occasion. The Three Caballeros host a street party featuring Mexican folklorico dancers and mariachis, Brazilian samba dancers and percussionists, giant Mojiganga puppets, and Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse in their holiday best. Additional festivities will include live music and dancing, visits with beloved Disney characters, and special appearances by Mirabel from Encanto. Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar at Disneyland Resort will have a frightful new tiki mug available next week in honor of the 54th anniversary of the Haunted Mansion. This will be the third edition of the Hatbox Ghost Tiki mug following the second edition release back in 2019. This edition is ghostly teal green with a black glaze. It will be served with the specialty cocktail Cloaked Spectre or a non-alcoholic version. Even so, guests must be over 21 years old to purchase. The Hatbox Ghost Tiki mug will be available at Trader Sam's on Wednesday, August 9th, beginning at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. Guests will be limited to 2 mugs per person per transaction. It will be available while supplies last, which is usually not very long. Oh boy, Tom's gonna love this one. A new Gelatoni popcorn bucket is coming soon to Tokyo Disney Resort. Gelatoni is an artistic green tuxedo cat who wears a blue beret. He lives in Mediterranean Harbor, the entrance of Tokyo Disney Sea. The land is themed to the fictional Italian city of Porto Paradiso, and Gelatoni is named after gelato. That's Italian ice cream. He sounds delicious, doesn't he? He was only the second of Duffy's friends to be introduced after Shelley May back in 2014. The new popcorn bucket takes inspiration from Mediterranean Harbor with Italian structures pictured in black and white around the sides. Shelley May and Duffy are shown sightseeing while Gelatoni, he does what he does best. He paints. It has a blue diamond pattern strap. The popcorn bucket will be available with popcorn beginning on September 7th. It will be at the popcorn cart across from Sea Turtle Souvenirs in Mermaid Lagoon at Tokyo Disney Sea. It will cost 2,600 yen, which is a little less than $20. Disney Cruise Line is changing how guests can pre-book spa treatments for their upcoming sailings. Previously, guests would select the treatment they wanted, like a massage or manicure, and then they would be able to select an appointment from available time slots. Now, guests can select an appointment time slot for general treatment instead of choosing what they specifically want. For example, instead of selecting a couples massage and then choosing the 9 a.m. appointment, guests will just choose the general 9 a.m. appointment. Then, at the time of service on the ship, guests can pick if there's specific treatment. Well, that means that guests who change their minds about what spa treatment they won't have to cancel and rebook their appointment. This change is in effect for sailings beginning on October 2nd, 2023. Guests can still book their experiences via the Disney Cruise Line app. Some treatments will still be offered on an individual basis, and offerings may vary by ship. Well, if you're one of these people who suffers from FOMO, maybe you should be glad that you didn't go to Gen Con 2023 in Indianapolis, where the Disney Lorcana products are being offered to the public for the first time. A wild scene ensued this morning as confused guests were lining up as early as midnight due to announcements about product restrictions and limited supply for attendees. They had apparently told people that they were going to punch a hole in their badge, and that would be when they bought merchandise, that would be the only merch they could get. People were panicking, upset. They started lining up early. Many of the early arrivals were disappointed when the chaotic scene unfolded, as a line formed by attendees was then broken up by officials and instead turned into a sort of fill in all the available space situation. Many of them were angered to discover that the area that they were initially directed to was not really the correct area at all. That resulted in several people instead turning around and being at the back of the line and leaving the hall empty-handed as people scrambled and jostled for position. I know one of our reporters got kind of knocked into a doorway. It was kind of a wild scene there. If you're not aware of Lorcana, this is a highly anticipated launch. The trading card game community is big on this thing. There's a lot of anticipation for this. This is not something that's on my radar, but it's on the radar of a lot of people. These cards are set to debut at specialty stores on August 18th and at big box stores on September 1st. In fact, Best Buy is now open for pre-orders for some of that Lorcana merchandise. The plan is to eventually have the cards available in Disney parks as well. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those that didn't make it to today's show, be sure to check out WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
From WDWNT TV, this is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the stories in a quick, concise, and fun format, and then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we'll cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at WDWNT TV, or watch episodes on demand anytime. You can also subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.